All right, y'all. Social media. Is it good or is it bad?
I think it has good qualities and bad qualities.
Yeah.
So you on the fence?
It does bring bad qualities out of people. Our age group was sort of a good age where we sort of like figured out who we were, and then social media blew up.
I think if you between the age of like 25 and 35, you definitely got to have social media when it was still kind of innocent.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like at the most you was like trying to get it popping on Black Planet or something like that.
It didn't run your life.
It wasn't like crazy like it is now. This is probably gonna age me, but I remember when I first signed on to Facebook, you had to have a college email address.
And it was
called
the Facebook.
Yeah, and it was the Facebook.
That's the only reason I went to community college was to get the Facebook.
To get on Facebook.
That's some dinosaurs. I remember when it was the Facebook.
Dinosaurs?
I mean,
Still in my 20s.
right.
I pretty much think that social media has become a good thing because it lets people sort of get their creativity out there. You had to do a lot of things to show people your talent, whereas now with YouTube or Instagram or these things, you could pretty much make your own channel.
And I agree with that to an extent because I feel like you have social media, which on one hand could be horrible, and then on the other hand, it could be just as positive on the complete other spectrum.
I think it's bad. I don't like social media, but I mean, I'm on it. I feel like I'm forced to be. It's like I don't want to have a job, but I gotta pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? Like even like how you said, okay, fine, people can show their work. Well, there's some people that I don't need them to show their work. Like I'm sorry, I'll be the Simon Cowell. Some of you are untalented. You're not good at it.
I liked your picture last night. You're still on social media. You can't be coming in here being like, social media is the damn devil. No, you're not talented. And then after cut, niggas check their Instagram and shit like
Right?
that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the negative things that do come from social media. Like, for one, something like fake news. Pew Report came out and said 60% of America gets their news from social media, right? Facebook has no journalistic responsibility to make sure any of the stuff that's posted on there is factual.
Right.
So with over half of America getting their news from sources that are not valid, are not vetted, some people say that's the reason Donald Trump won the election. And that's clearly been a negative aspect of our society.
Oh, wait a minute. I wouldn't put that on social media. I would put that on the users. Because this is the thing, and we all have a responsibility.
Trump's president. It's Snapchat's fault.
He's been filtering himself.
What I'm saying is we have a responsibility as people to look at what we say and go, let me do some research here. Because anybody can tell you anything. Okay, so then you can't blame that on social media.
That's true.
You have to blame that on
Very
people.
true. Did you all know that Snapple caps are, you have, like those facts under the
facts?
thing?
Hold on.
They're not. You have
Hold on.
You have to check.
Hold on. What?
I used to get all my facts that started
This nigga
conversations
get his foreign policy
from
Snapple.
my peach
I'm sorry.
ice.
I think we need to
Nigga,
cut.
when I
This
tell
is
you-
crazy.
Because everybody has a camera phone and because everybody has a Facebook page, now that stuff is being viewed a whole lot more than it was before. So
Yeah, and it does bring awareness to it. That's one of the more positive aspects of social media. But then here you go with Snapple caps and you have all this false news. So then whose responsibility is it to learn?
you guys don't think Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook have any journalistic responsibility?
Absolutely
whatsoever?
not.
Because look, if you go on the Washington Post website, you're expecting a certain amount of factual news.
Because they're an
to come from them, right?
actual news registered.
But with 60% of America getting their news from Facebook,
But that's not Facebook's fault.
So let me ask you both you guys this, because I think both you guys are very talented women. So let me ask you guys this, right? Do you at all have any like negative feelings towards someone who maybe doesn't have the talent and is just using images of themselves, selling images of themselves to get to the opportunities that maybe you guys could get just based on your talent alone?
I will say I've done a heavy sigh or two sometimes. Like when someone's like, oh, but this girl, like she's really funny. And then like I go to her page and I'm like,
Where?
is she funny? Or like, does she have lower abs? Like I'm I'm confused. Like, and I do have like a heavy side sometimes where I'm like, fuck, like use your mind. Like then also at the other time, men have sexualized us our whole lives. You reward us and punish us for being sexual. So it's like, it's really hard to like, it is. It's really hard.
Make her turn on me.
It is. It's like,
It was just funny the way you
I was
said
serious.
it.
I'm
it
serious.
is. And there are parts of me that I'm like, dang, if I just showed my ass, maybe I'd have a career, you know? Like, and I'm
Maybe
like,
not, though.
but I also like looking cute and fun. It's hard. It's hard.
I get what you're saying, though.
There's conflict. There's conflict.
There's conflict.
It is a little bit of hater in us to be like, well, she's not talented. if that's not what she's going for. If she's trying to be a model
Not everybody
and her
wants to
picture
be
is just
yeah.
all ass and all titties and we look at that and be like, but you ain't got
guys,
talent though.
But
It's
is that really modeling?
Modeling is a
negative
profession.
part?
Here's the thing.
Yeah, I was just gonna
modeling
say,
is a
yeah.
profession.
Right.
So I know a girl, for example, who's an Instagram model. She'll be the first to tell you, I'm not smart. I was never good at school. She's real. She was like, I'm not smart. I was
first to tell
never
you.
good at school.
Follow me,
like,
but I'm not smart.
No, she's like, I barely graduated high school. I'm not gonna make it in life when it comes to like academics. That was never my
Right.
thing. She's
Yeah.
always been beautiful, and she was like, I've seen in my lifetime that I will get the stuff that I want because of how I look. I'm not happy about it, but I cannot change it. I didn't make myself look like this.
Right.
I didn't make myself.
No, she sounds kind of smart.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So if
Yeah.
she's a true Instagram model, she has to do that because this is her business. This is how
Right.
she eats. Because a lot of these women, if you notice, they'll get their followers up, and then people will send them stuff to model because they're like, you have a lot of
Yeah.
followers.
Like,
you can
Fashion Nova.
advertise.
They get them Fashion
Boom.
Nova
Right.
jeans.
You're
But
now
there
a model.
are
Fashion Nova
mixing.
ain't hitting me up.
As-
Like,
wait,
I want some
I know.
Fashion Nova.
On Christmas Eve, you don't have to be a hoe. There are people posting like sexy Santa outfits, like ho ho ho. Like it's
Yeah.
Christmas. If you
I
don't sit
know.
your ass down with your family,
Yeah,
like
but some of us don't have
it's
family,
extra
and
people.
that's all we have is the ho
It's
ho
just
ho.
the-
You know
the
what
sexy
I'm saying?
Santa outfit.
Yeah, some of us. That's
Well, I ain't gonna
what
see
we
my
got.
mama this year,
Maybe
so-
that's how we're trying to get families.
Right.
Some transition because people like you were saying be out on social media wild and like, how does social media affect relationships?
20% of all relationships now start on the internet. But I can see how it's good and bad because number one, if you're a cheater, it's easier for you to get
Right.
caught up. You could be in the background of somebody's Instagram
Somebody else's
post.
Snapchat.
Yeah, and you get caught.
You gotta make a pact with your homeboys before you go. Look, nobody snap.
No
tonight.
Snapchat.
Right. No snapping, none of this.
Everybody's
Yeah.
so paranoid, and
Yeah.
they'll just think like XYZ, or you like a photo.
'Cause I've been in that situation in relationships where like you like a picture and because it shows up on somebody else's, oh John liked this picture. It's like, why you liking that bitch?
See, I have a jealous girl inside of me, and I have to keep her contained because I let her wild
Does
out.
she have a different
At
name?
like 21, I wild out. Like I rolled up to houses, like, where you been at? I mean, not that loud, but like I was like,
Not
where?
that loud? That's-
Where were you at?
The volume wasn't the problem with that story. Instagram, it seems like a menu for relationships. Like you just sort of like, have you noticed that rappers are all fucking the same 5 chicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I think that's
fuck
because
me.
of social.
Like I'm out here, like
Girl, no, don't get them STDs. They share STDs.
not what I was
okay,
talking
well,
You don't
like
want that
maybe
one.
not.
the
like
game
that.
finger banged love in a
What?
park,
What?
and it was
India
all
Love,
on
yeah.
India Love.
There are conscious rappers out here.
You want to be finger banged by J. Cole in a park?
Possibly, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, if you look at India Love situation, or even like a Kim K situation, like when they get caught on video doing something sexually with whoever, all of a sudden their stock goes up
Yeah,
in the lines
exactly.
of like
That's
now
the
Kim
reward.
K does
And
a sex tape with Ray J, and now she's Kanye West's wife. You know what I mean? Like India Love.
I've never heard it put like that.
You know what I mean?
You never heard of it like that?
All right, y'all, that was another episode of The Cooler. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to All Dev Digital, and hop in the comments and let us know what you think. Is social media good or bad? I thank all my special guests,
Heidi.
Meg Scoop.
Patrick Clouds,
and I'm John Scarlett. We'll see y'all next time.
Lil Bo.
Just keep doing weird stuff at the end.
I don't know.